Hello Flight Simmers, Jake Rogers with FSX I want to show you a video, some excerpts actually from one of our latest tutorial missions available at the site. This one part of a series called Difficult Approaches, and in this case it's to Boston, Mass, KBOS. During this tutorial, we're looking at 3 of the hundreds of variables available within FSX and prepared also, if they ever get their sun director fixed, that is. We're looking at altitude, indicated airspeed, and DME distance, all on the arc. Once we collect those data with using SimVar and the gather command, which you can collect at any interval you wish. I'm plucking them at 30-second intervals, and then extracting the max, min, in the case of indicated airspeed, an average, calculating an average, and in the case of DME distance, an average deviation from the required 10 nautical miles. 2 other intercept points, we're collecting altitude and indicated airspeed. Data is shown for you, as well as an assessment ranging from fair all the way up to excellent and color-coded. And as you can see, I've got lots of red and very little green. So I've got some improving to do. While that's loading, let's look real quickly at the plate. We'll intercept this 10 DME arc up here at radial 001 inbound. Track it for over 90 degrees at 3,000 feet. Turn right on radial 128 and begin a descent down to 1,800. At 4.8 DME at the Boston Lighthouse, we'll turn left to 275, intercept radial 151, our final approach to runway 33 left. So let's get right into it.
Release your parking brake. You are cleared for taxi to runway 35. Take taxiways Mike, Echo, Alpha, Alpha 1.
Set that for autopilot. I'm going to need all the help I can get. Especially with that weather, as you can see, it's very overcast. I will be pausing the mission at different points. I'll check back with you here when I'm in the air. Okay, I'm back. We're at 3,000 feet, 160 knots. We're approaching our turn point onto the 10-mile DME. We'll be beginning our turn at 11.2. I find that to be best, and usually roll out right on 10 nautical miles on the arc. Got a pretty unique procedure I'm going to be showing you here, where I rely heavily on this speed reading here on the DME equipment.
Continue tracking the 10 DME arc until approaching radio 128.
It works when you don't forget.
Reset nav 10 BS to 308 degrees.
Which I was a little bit late on that one. So I'll probably be outside of mark, but that's okay. We can fix it. Now I'm going to be inside it. I'm sorry. Late inside. Okay, that depends on, I guess, your relative angle. Anyway, we're at 9.8, so I'm going to hold my current heading for a while. I'm inside of the arc, approaching it. As this speed reading here increases, you're actually, when you're inside, you're going toward the arc. Outside, you'd be going away from the arc, and vice versa. So there we go. We're at 10. I'm going to go ahead, since I had a pretty good error there initially, and go 20 degrees. As a general rule, for each 1/10 of a nautical mile I'm off on my arc, I'll make a 10-degree turn, and that works out really good. And the good thing is it works whether you're on a 10-mile arc or a 15, 20, 8. You just turn more or less frequently to achieve the same thing. And again, if you vary more than a quarter of a mile, something's wrong. Okay, we're approaching 0 at 0. Now we're increasing, so we're going back away from the arc. Go about 15 degrees since I was already on 10.1. Something's wrong if you can't control it within a quarter of a mile. And usually I control it within much tighter tolerances than that, typically within a tenth of a mile. So you fly a very nice smooth arc. Also look for 2 consecutive readings before you say you're on a trend of either increasing or decreasing. It does take that speed reading a moment or two to update. I think I'm decreasing there we go. Okay, so I'm right on the arc and I'm actually converging into it, flying into it. When I reach 0, I'll be tangent to the arc. And ideally 0 and 10, which is what we've got, is the ideal. So let's go 10 degrees and see if we can maintain a 10.0 on our distance. Okay, I turned into it, so that went up. Now it'll trend down. I'm actually flew inside my arc a little bit. That's okay. Trended up to 16. It should begin to trend down. There we go, 15. When it gets to 0, I'll go and turn 10 more degrees. And again, typically you'll be within 9.9 to 10.1 by following that process. I'm going to save some time here, pause the video. I think you got the idea on flying the arc, and I'll check back with you as I get closer to that turn point on radial 128. Okay, I'm back. We're getting pretty close to our turn point. We're almost 90 degrees to that radial. We're still holding our 10.0 DME.
We're only 4 miles from our initial approach fix. Prepare to turn right and track radio 128 inbound.
Okay, right now I'm on heading. Whenever we get to that point, I'll click over on my autopilot to nav to follow my nav setting here of 308 course.
We'll track the radial inbound until DME 4.8, at right. There we'll turn left to a heading of 275. Right is near the Boston Lighthouse.
Okay, there goes my CDI needle. We'll go ahead and just, since we're going to be turning left on 275, run my heading bug up to that. So I already have that set. Go ahead and switch over to nav to make that turn to 308.
There goes the CDI needle towards center. Fly radio 128 inbound and begin your descent to 1,800.
Okay, down to 180.
Watch for the Boston Lighthouse at right. There we'll turn to a heading of 275.
Myself a notch or two of flaps to keep my speed down. Should be at 160. Okay, again, as we get around 5 DME, we should be able to see that lighthouse. Maybe able to see it from here. Yep, there it is. Right there. Okay, things are looking good. 160. We'll go ahead and initiate our turn. Again with our autopilot heading setting to 275. When we reach about 5.1 DME, somewhere thereabouts. Okay, there's 5.8, 5.6. 3, go ahead and take nav off. Click on heading.
There's the Boston Lighthouse. Turn now to heading 275. Begin your descent to 1000 and slow to 140 knots. Set the OBS heading for final of 331 degrees.
A lot going on here. That's why it's difficult. Okay, as soon as that needle begins to center, I'm going to disengage my heading autopilot, leave altitude on for a moment or two until I make my turn to final. And that VOR is not directly lined up with the runway.
You are cleared to land. Runway 33 left.
There it is. Go ahead and take autopilot off. Gear down. Got one bunch of flaps already. Anxious to see how we did on that one. I think I made some pretty good improvements from my previous scores. I've been trying it with and without autopilot. It's damn near impossible to fly it without the aid of autopilot and, you know, have any decent scores. It is for me anyway, but you know, that's the value of a tutorial in a simulator. You can practice, and when you get out there and do the real thing, you can do a lot better knowing what to expect. All this stuff is in your head and it's almost automatic after you fly it a few times on the simulator. A little bit high. There we go. Touchdown about 110. And we flare. Not bad. I think. We'll find out here in a sec. Okie dokie. Let's see what we got. Go right back to it. Go to that Charts and Flights tab. Wow. How about that, sports fans? Two goods and all the rest excellence. That's what it's all about. Practice, practice, practice. Come visit us at fsxmissionshangar.com. Limited membership is free. Resident membership with full access to everything as much and as often as you want is only $10 a year. Hope you enjoyed the video.